Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's crafting world. I'm Kayla, and I thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you coming by today. Check on me and see what I'm up to today. I hope you're all having a great day. So far, I've just woken up, and I'm waiting on Paige to come. Paige is my caregiver that comes for 2 hours a day. My insurance doesn't cover anything like that, like they don't pay for a sitter or anything, so she's just someone I found online that lives out here in my community, and she comes and does my feeding tube and my medications and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very appreciative to her. She is such a huge help to me. It's such a blessing. So I'm just waiting on her to get here, and so we can get this day started, get my meds and all that. And I've put in a call for the insurance company already, so I'll be waiting on a phone call from them all day. Hopefully I will get a return call. If not, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get up there this week and, talk to them. There's Sissy. Hey, Sissy. What you doing, Sissy girl? I don't know. She's trying to figure out what she wants to do, I guess. What are you guys up to today? What are y'all going to be doing to keep you busy? I think today I'm going to just vlog little vlog clips throughout my day and put those together, and we'll see what I get done. I have no idea. It's, nothing's planned, let's put it that way. So it's a fly by the seat of my big old pants, and we're going to just see what happens today. Right now, I'm wondering what little Sissy's going to do. What you doing, Sissy? Hey, girl. It must be Paige coming in, because Phoebe's barking, so probably Paige coming up to the door. Phoebe can hear anything, so yeah, I hear the door opening now, so hopefully it's Paige. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's crafting world. I'm Kayla, and I thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you coming by today. Check on me and see what I'm up to today. I hope you're all having a great day. So far, I've just woken up, and I'm waiting on Paige to come. Paige is my caregiver that comes for 2 hours a day. My insurance doesn't cover anything like that, like they don't pay for a sitter or anything, so she's just someone I found online that lives out here in my community, and she comes and does my feeding tube and my medications and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very appreciative to her. She is such a huge help to me. It's such a blessing. So I'm just waiting on her to get here, and so we can get this day started, get my meds and all that. And I've put in a call for the insurance company already, so I'll be waiting on a phone call from them all day. Hopefully I will get a return call. If not, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get up there this week and, talk to them. There's Sissy. Hey, Sissy. What you doing, Sissy girl? I don't know. She's trying to figure out what she wants to do, I guess. What are you guys up to today? What are y'all going to be doing to keep you busy? I think today I'm going to just vlog little vlog clips throughout my day and put those together, and we'll see what I get done. I have no idea. It's, nothing's planned, let's put it that way. So it's a fly by the seat of my big old pants, and we're going to just see what happens today. Right now, I'm wondering what little Sissy's going to do. What you doing, Sissy? Hey, girl. It must be Paige coming in because Phoebe's barking, so probably Paige coming up to the door. Phoebe can hear anything, so yeah, I hear the door opening now, so hopefully it's Paige. I did try to speed this part up so it is fast speed, but this is Paige just cleaning around my feeding tube stoma. It's looking better than it was, though. It is kind of reddish, but it's looking better, and it's not as painful as it has been in the past few days, so it's good. So she's cleaning around it and spraying some cleaner on there to get in behind it and loosen stuff up. It does leak all around there, and so sometimes the skin, breaks open, and she's fanning it to dry it right there. And she's putting some antifungal powder on it just to try to keep it cleared up. And then we're not putting any ointment or barrier on it because they really discouraged that when I was in ICU. I had a very nice nurse named Jacob, and he said, just don't put anything on it. Just put some powder, the antifungal powder, if you feel like it needs it, but don't put anything on there because you're holding moisture in and it needs to stay dry. And so since I've been doing that, it has been clearing up. So I appreciate Jacob explaining that and telling that to me. Here, Paige is hooking me up to drain, let my stomach drain a little bit, because when she plugged it up, it definitely started wanting to drain. That part of my tube is, I guess, broke. I'm not sure, but it doesn't want to hold a tube. And when I put a tube in it, or Paige or Big Daddy puts a tube in it, I laid the phone down for a minute, is what that was. It doesn't want to stay connected, so I told her, I'll hold it and just let it drain. And so this is my stomach draining. And so I just was trying to get in a position and let it drain. Friends, it is 12 o'clock p.m. Paige just left, and I am falling asleep. I was falling asleep while she was here. I just can't keep my eyes open, so I'm going to lay back here in my chair with Sassy. I think it's Sassy. Might be Sissy. Yeah, Sissy. See the white. Sassy don't have any white on her. She's solid black. So I'm going to just kick back in my chair here and take a nap because I'm so very sleepy. Still have not got a phone call from the insurance place. So, I don't know. Big Daddy said, I told him, I texted him and said that I hadn't heard back. He said, are you leaving messages? I'm not retarded. Yes, I'm leaving messages. He's not calling me back. And then I wonder about our life insurance. Do we still have life insurance? I don't know. It might have got canceled somewhere. So and our life insurance isn't through this man. It's something different, but I don't know. Now I gotta figure out what's going on, if he'll ever call me back. But I'm gonna take a little nappy nap, and then I'll get back up and chat with you guys and show you some things that I want to show you today. I hope you're all having a good day, a good productive day. And I'm going to be productive, but just not right now. You ever have days where you just can't hold your eyes open and you just really feel like you need to take a nap? I mean, I do. I just feel so sleepy. Paige was here talking to me and I kept just dozing off. It's embarrassing. Well, I took a little nap and I'm up now. So I wanted to say thank you to Tony, who sent me this gorgeous, gorgeous Cabbage Patch doll. I have never seen her before, seen a picture of her or anything, but she is So beautiful. Oh my goodness. And Tony sent me this doll. She had her in her collection and decided to send her to me. And I am honored to give her a spot in my house. I've had her sitting right in here where I can see her. And if we do put up a Christmas tree, she's going to go right beside it. Our Christmas tree is a tabletop tree. Well, we put it, it's about a 4-foot tree, but we put it on a coffee table here that's up under the window, pushed against the wall. And if we do put the Christmas tree up, she will go right there beside it. She is beautiful. I don't even know how to explain. She is huge. I didn't even know they made Cabbage Patch dolls this big, honestly. I never had a Cabbage Patch doll. My best friend Angela had a Cabbage Patch doll, and she didn't care a thing about it. She got one for Christmas one year, and I wanted one so bad, but I didn't get one. Angela did, and she didn't care a thing about it, and she named the Cabbage Patch doll Cody Joe. I was there with her when she filled out the birth certificate, and she put Cody Joe, which is my brother's name, so she named her Cabbage Patch doll after my brother. But this doll is so beautiful. Her shoes, I mean, I didn't know Cabbage Patch dolls had feet that big. Any of them, you know, I've only seen the smaller dolls. Now, one year I did buy one at a thrift store a few years back. She was in very, very bad shape, and I bought her anyway just because I'd always wanted one and never got one. But now I have this beautiful girl. Y'all look at her hair. It is thick, big, thick yarn. That's probably a 6-weight chunky yarn. Bulky. And she's just beautiful. Her dress is that Christmas plaid there. And yes, she will go next to the Christmas tree if we get one put up. It don't look like we're going to get one put up, though. But her ears are pierced. I don't know if you can see that, but she has little earrings. Isn't she just beautiful? She is perfect in every way. Thank you, Tony, for trusting me and putting her in my care. And trusted me to, you know, do her right. Because I sure am. I just love her. The little buttons on her coat match the dress. Oh, I mean, just all the details. I just love her. And her name is April. And my birthday is in April. So she did come with her name that I assume Tony named her April. And so, yeah, I just love her. Thank you so much, Tony. I got a fun little box in the mail from Lorianne, and I thought I'd share this. And honestly, I can't remember if this box came in this box or if it fell on top of this box, but maybe it came with these. I'm not sure. But those are silicone beads. And there's all kinds of goodies in this box. So many goodies. This box has all kinds of beautiful beads in there. Let me see. Beautiful, beautiful beads in here. I can't wait to make things with this. And this is a little heavy. These beads have some weight to them. I believe these are some glass beads. Let me see what else is in here. There's some strawberry beads. I love strawberries. I do. I love strawberries. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure this was in the box and didn't fall in it. Because that's something I would have ordered myself, to be honest. Because I love those. I love those strawberries. This is some turtles. Let's see if I can get that where you can see. It's some turtles. Some of those focal beads. Yeah. Really cute. Super cute. And then here's some books. There, again, those are those focal beads. And it's different little book. I mean, they're all the same, I believe. But it's some little book focal beads. And I'd have to open it one-handed. Here's some here that says, no one fights alone. And it's the, I think it's awareness ribbons all the way around it. All the different colors of awareness ribbons. You know, all kinds of things have different colors. Awareness ribbons. Illnesses. What I meant to say. Okay, and then here's 2 kitty cat focal beads. They're silicone beads that go on, you know, like pins and such. There is a whole bag right here of beautiful, beautiful stones. Beautiful. I love the aqua color in there and the earth tones with it. Those are just beautiful. And these are glass. They're heavy. They got some weight to them for sure. This little box has some wooden balls and some black, it looks like magnetic balls in there. All kinds of little balls like that. Beads. So, again, I'm not going to open that one-handed and spill them and make a mess. I'd never be able to get them all picked up. Here is some more wooden beads, and these are really pretty, like natural wood beads. This needs a bead to go with. Those look like honeycomb, a honey pot, or honeycomb things to me. Yeah. Very beautiful. Beautiful natural wood. There's all kinds of beads in here. Here's some little hearts with letters. Let's see. There is some more wooden beads, but a different color. There is some little heart. I don't know if those are hearts. Little beads here with different letters on them. Let's see. Here is some little, looks like little boo-boos to me. So cute, so cute. Those are flatbacks. I'm not sure if they're beads. Yeah, they are. I see the bead hole. Yes. So cute. People will love those on ink pens. Here is some more letters. I think they're, I can't see if they're round or if they're heart shaped. I think they're round with some hearts on them, is what it is. Very cute. They would go with those other ones very well. Here we have some autistic representation of hearts and the puzzle pieces. I do believe that represents autism. So that's very, very nice to, you know, show some awareness for that. Also, here we have some white kitty cats. So cute. There's some loose beads in the bottom, and I don't know if I poured them out or if they were that way. Here is a black cat. Sassy all the way, right? That's sassy right there. Thank you, Lorianne. There is some mushrooms in the bottom and a few more beads, and I'm not sure if I spilled them out of this or if they just came out in shipping. But this envelope here has some beads in here. And those others might have been in this envelope. So, thank you, Lorianne. I appreciate that so much. Now I can get this cleared off and put away with my beads. And get it all taken care of, you know, put away. And then I can use them. I've been holding out using anything like that out of here because I wanted to share it first and let you know that I appreciate that so much. So beautiful. Like I said, I'm not sure if this box came in it or if that box, the sticker was on that other. This says, discover the art of handmade pixie charms. She just says, Kayla, I hope you can use some of these. Lori. Pixie Charms, the name of her thing. But yeah, I had ordered some silicone things like this also. And so I'm not sure if those came in this box or if those just got set on this box. Because a lot of things got moved around while I was not home. And that was one of them. And so I'm just trying to go through little by little just to see what's going on. So I started cutting out my paper dolls, and this is what I got going so far. Now, my cutting skills are very lacking, but I'm still doing it, okay? They're not perfect by no means, but, you know, I don't like things that are perfect, so it's okay. It's okay. I don't like perfect things. I like for things to be a little on the messy side and a little bit, you know, not right, okay? I'm not right, okay? But you can see here, and it's not that I can't fussy cut. Fussy cut is when you go on outside of the black line and you cut, and so there's kind of like a white bubble all the way around the project. That's called fussy cut. I can't do that because I can't even stay on that side of the black line. I just don't have control over the scissors. I am right-handed, and I don't have anything there to work the scissors. So I'm having to use my left hand to do the scissors. And it's not going too good. It really is not. This poor girl. I'm going to take a black magic marker, a Sharpie, and try to go around some of that because it is. And it's jaggedy. I can't cut a straight line hardly. And yeah. It's a mess, but it's my mess. And then here I have this lovely lady. She cut out pretty well. I see some white right here that could go. But I think I cut her out after I figured out a few things. So I'm just working, you know, at cutting out and trying to learn as I go. I did give this lady a crown, and I glued that to her head. I knew I'd made those crowns for a reason, and so what I'm kind of doing, and I was going to give this one an arm, but I haven't got there yet. But I'm kind of cutting out each one. When I do a page, I cut it in a strip of 3. Now this one should be kind of fairly easy to cut. And so I figured out I can cut the bottom off and most of the basic shape, depending on what it is, with the big scissors. But again, I'm not left-handed, and so I'm not cutting on the line as per se. When I used to cut really well and really fast, and I could curve it around. I could just turn the paper as I was cutting with my, you know, when I used my right hand, and I could cut things out very nicely and quickly also. But this, I'm just, I thought this one would be easy to kind of cut, and it is. So I'm just trying to stay around that line if I can, but it's kind of hard. But I do know that like an X-Acto knife and laying this down and cutting it is not going to work. I have no control over this left hand too much at all. So I'd end up chopping myself up. I can't cut, I cannot do that. I don't have the control, and I don't have the strength in my right hand to do that either. So an X-Acto knife is not the answer either. So anyway, I was thinking if I cut, this is what I kind of been doing, kind of cutting that close, and then I can get these, I think these are Tim Holtz scissors. And then I come in and try to kind of get up in here as much as possible and get the little details. Now this one, sassy. No, this one was kind of an easier one to cut, thank goodness. I needed something easy because when I stopped cutting on these last night, I did get kind of frustrated. When I ended up chopping most of her hair off because I was just like, I'm not cutting around all that. That is just too much. Too much, and I'll never get it done. So, yeah, that's big time jaggedy. But, you know, it is what it is. They're just paper dolls. It's going to go in an art journal. It's not the end of the world. But that one was one of the best ones and easiest ones. And now just throw my little trash away. And then start on another one. And I'm using the big scissors for big straight cuts that I can do. And see, I tried to get on the other side of that black line, but by the time the scissors go down, because I got the other blade, it doesn't cut. It doesn't cut like I want it to cut. But anyway, so spending a lot of my time doing this. Oh, so this lady that I follow, and I think she's in England. She's in the UK, I guess. I don't know where exactly she is from, but her name is Kim 2ND Chances. So Kim Second Chances. Okay, I think about maybe 7 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I'm not quite sure. She was on vacation in Spain, and she become sick, become very ill, and she had a UTI, and she becomes sepsis with the UTI. She ended up in the hospital on her vacation in Spain, and I mean, they didn't have a lot of hope for her, actually. They did not have much hope for her. And because she was so they ended up, she lost from a UTI, okay? Keep that in mind. Us women get UTIs a lot. It's very common. There's medication, clears it up. We don't think that much about it. With her UTI and becoming sepsis, she ended up losing both hands and both legs at the knees. And I know I do have a few subscribers, Amy and some others, that have had leg amputations also. So she lost both legs and both hands all at the same time. Imagine how devastated she was when she went home from the hospital and had to just relearn everything. So she has this Instagram channel. Did I say Instagram a while ago, or did I say YouTube? I meant Instagram. I don't know if she has YouTube. Instagram, Kim Second Chances. Okay, so I've been following her for a while, and sometimes I get on Instagram and scroll and heart, and sometimes I don't. It just depends, you know, on what I got going on. And I guess I didn't get on there for a little while, and I missed some of Kim's posts. And was I surprised to see her with a hand? Kim got hand transplants. What? Yeah, I'm just like, are you serious? Honestly, I didn't know there was such a thing. And so I was in the car, and Big Daddy was getting gas. When he got in the car, I told him, I said, I've been following this lady for a while. Her whole channel is advocacy for sepsis awareness, you know, that people don't realize that what sepsis can cause. I surely did not. She taught me a lot. And so, And I was telling him that she got hand transplants. Well, she did get 2. One of them did not take, and they had to remove it, but the other one did. And she is using that hand. There was a video of her doing little like physical therapy type stuff, and she was moving blocks from one box to another. There was a video of her and her husband going out to eat, and she's holding her wine glass. Her husband bought her new wedding rings for her new hand, and I'm just so happy for her. I mean, I'd sent her a message and told her that I'm just so very happy for her. That's so exciting, and I didn't really even know that such a thing could be done. So anyway, I was telling Big Daddy about it, and he thinks that insurance doesn't cover things like that, especially American insurance in the United States. You know, that's not really set up to help you. Let's just be honest. They don't really want you to get well because they wouldn't make money off of you. I'm not talking about the insurance company. I'm talking about medical in general, you know. They're not really here for us to get well. They're here for us to stay sick. And yeah. Anyway, that's another story. Anyway, I don't know how, you know, that even goes about. I've never even heard of that. And then I sat down here and was cutting out some paper dolls, and YouTube suggested a video, and I clicked on it, and I'm watching this young girl, and she said something about her hand disabilities, and I was just like, oh yeah, what? And she had all her fingers that I've seen so far. I don't know if I've seen both hands or just one, but anyway, and I was just like, okay, what's the deal? What's going on? And then she showed her thumb. Like, I guess some of her fingers don't work correctly. Her thumb didn't. I was like, oh, okay. And then a few minutes later, she said she was in a car wreck that actually her husband passed away in, and it severely injured her children and critically injured her. And it actually cut both of her hands off at the wrist, and they reattached them. Now, this is back to back. I found out about Kim, was watching her video, told my husband about it, and then YouTube suggested this video, and I clicked on it. And this video is actually only 4 days old. And I clicked on here, and I'm checking out this little girl's story. Sassy, that water is not for you. It's clean water, but it's not for you, Sassy. That is my paint water. I got all my paint brushes laid over there, and she keeps running over that cup. And I know for a fact she has water in the bathroom and in the kitchen because I just refilled them earlier this morning when I got up. I always refill them. Anytime I go to the bathroom, I'll look at their bowl and see that it needs filling or not. But anyway, I mean, what kind of coincidence is that I see those two things back to back? Well, YouTube, my phone was listening to me tell Big Daddy about it, and so YouTube just knew what to suggest. If we want to know the truth, because that happens a lot with me and my friend Angela. We'll discuss a band from back in the day, and then get on YouTube, and boom, there's that band or a video about that band, and we're like, that's freaky. That happens all the time. And I was sitting there earlier. I was in my chair while I was napping, and my phone rang, and I saw that it was my hospital, and I said hello, and this man says, Miss Miller, how are you doing today? What's up? And I was like, what do you mean? It was my doctor. It was the doctor himself. He said, well, I got a message that you weren't doing so good. And I said, I'm fine, Dr. Cavell. Thank you for calling, but I'm fine. And I said, is this from when the nurse called me? And he said, yes. And I said, I appreciate you calling, but I'm sorry, I'm fine. And then he went on talking for a minute. And, I assured him everything's fine. I just got to get used to the new me. It was from last week. The nurse had called about something, and I told her that I was finally sick from, I wasn't sick. I don't know what all that is, but I'm not fixing to cut all that. That I was finally sick. I wasn't sick before, like with chest and head colds or anything like that. I said, but I finally got sick after the whole fact. And maybe I felt a little bad that day from that shot that he bullied me into getting. I didn't tell him that, but I should have. I think he was just calling to see if I was still alive, because I had said to him that when he said, I want to see you back in a month. And then I said that he was saying, if you're still alive in a month, come back. Can I have some of this sassy? Just cut them out. I want to cut out somebody new. Let's cut this one out. I never did paint those crowns, but it's okay. I'll do them another time. I do know that probably one of these is going to get a crown. Because I didn't like the way and it's this one in the purple dress. I just don't like the way her hair turned out. So I think I'm going to put a crown on her. And just cover some of that up that I don't like. Yeah, I can't use like an X-Acto knife or a roly cutting thing to do this because I just wouldn't have the control over that to do it either. So I'm doing okay like this. It is frustrating at times, and the scissors don't do what I'm telling them to do. They kind of do their own thing. Like I almost just cut a chunk off of her face. They kind of do their own thing whenever they want to. And that's just the way it is. Trying to keep it all so I get the trash and get it in the garbage so it doesn't get knocked off in the floor by somebody that's just laying around doing nothing. Oh, sassy. I wish I could cut with my left hand like I used to could cut with my right hand, which these scissors do say lefty on them. So these are left-handed scissors. I don't think I really knew that. I wonder if... Let me turn it around the other way. I didn't know these were left-handed scissors. I might have known that back when I got them, but I forgot. But when I was holding it up a while ago, I did see it said lefty. These are not left-handed scissors. These are right-handed scissors. I just don't have a way to, like, pull them. And they get a little heavy. I need some longer scissors like this, but left-handed, but not heavy scissors, because heavy is hard to hold. So I should put that on my list of things to look for. So I may do that. It's hard to remember everything. So these girls, what I'm trying to do is just make a little box of different motifs, different little cutouts of ladies, girls, different things, trees, whatever, just items and people. And then I'm going to try to, then when I'm making my art journal pages, I can just flip through there and say, oh, she would look good on that page, or, oh, I need this globe, or whatever, you know, is perfect for this. So I hope to do that. That's what my goal is. I'm trying to cut that big chunk of white off of here, and I'm just getting a little sliver of it at a time because I really can't control these. This girl that I had just pulled up on YouTube, and she has an art channel. She does coloring, and she was saying coloring was a big part of her recovery. It was for her hands, but it was also for mental and emotional therapy. Coloring. I tell y'all, coloring does relax me so very much. It just changes my mood. I mean, how can you sit there and be mad while you're coloring or anything like that? How can you feel anything but relaxed? Other than sometimes I might feel a little frustrated. But I try to keep that as a minimum. I mean, sometimes I do get frustrated when things don't go the way I'm trying to do it. Like, if I'm working really hard at trying to do something, and then, and it's just not working out, and I'm having trouble, I do get frustrated. Mostly in crocheting is when I get the most frustrated. Because my hands sometimes just don't do what I'm trying to tell them to do. And so, and that's getting worse for me. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. But when I'm coloring, when I get out my coloring books and my colored pencils, or even when I'm using, I make my own things to color like this, and I was using watercolor paints, it was just so relaxing, and just, I don't really even know how to tell you how it feels without you experiencing it yourself, but it was just so calm and relaxing, and you're just putting color on paper, whether it's markers or colored pencils or watercolor or acrylic paint or something. It is just relaxing. And sometimes my hands don't do exactly what I'm wanting them to do, and the color goes, my hands jerk a lot. I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of times I'm doing something and my hands just jerk and just do whatever they want to do. It's not super bad, but when it's happening, it's very annoying. It's very annoying when it does happen. And they just jerk for I don't know what reason. And that could be dangerous depending on what tool I'm using at the moment. But with crocheting, it's not good. And I hadn't really pinpointed when they do it the worst or whatever, because they just do it randomly. I can be sitting in the car, not using my hands, just riding, and they do that. Now she needs cleaning up a lot. So I try to take these scissors and go back in and clean up a few spots. Sassy, that water's still not for you. It was so funny the other day when I went in there and washed out my brushes and washed the cup out really nicely, real good. and came back in here, and she raced to up here on my desk, and as I set it down, she just went right over there and started drinking as if I had fixed her a glass of water on purpose. Like that's something I do all the time, is the feeling that she gave me. It was really weird. And I was not expecting that, because I never fix her a glass of water. At least I don't do it on purpose. No, my glasses always have, unless I'm drinking out of a cup. If I'm drinking out of a coffee cup, but my glasses always have this on top. That is some sweet tea that Big Daddy made me, and it doesn't taste good. I don't know what he did, but it does not taste good at all. I would never say that to his face. But if he's watching, you need to up your tea game. It don't taste good. I can't get that part right there without cutting a big chunk out of her face, and her lips are already to the edge of her mouth because they're oversized. So I don't want a chance cutting half of her mouth off. And I'm just trying to get up my trash and throw it away. Keep my cleanup to a minimum. Alright, I just gave her a rainbow dress for no certain reason other than she just looked like she'd be happy wearing a rainbow dress. I may come back and give some of these some arms. I'm thinking I'm gonna just draw out some arms and paint them all. Well, the skin tone's gonna have to match. I was just paint them all and then cut them out and see who they fit on. But I'd have to decide that ahead of time so I can get the skin tone correctly. Because I gave them all different skin tones. I wanted them to be all different. I didn't want them to all look the same, you know. But I have thoroughly enjoyed these stamps and making these girls. They have just been so much fun. And they are just so... The necks are a little bit weak there, but once I put them down on paper, they'll be fine. But they do have big heads and small necks. I'm pushing it down on the table to cut some of that. Let me see what I can do around here. All right, girly, let's look at go around your hair. See what we can do with that. She got a big chunk around her neck. It needs to be cut. My friend Kim is still in surgery. Her daughter has texted me. I texted and said, "Are you out of surgery yet? How did it go?" or whatever. And her daughter texted me and said she's still in surgery. You know, they never start those things on time. And so... But I sure do hope everything goes very well for Kim. I prayed for her this morning. They're taking that thyroid out. Several people had actually commented that they had that done. And so I'm just asking, did it help you? And did it improve your symptoms and all that you was having because of it? I'm so excited for Kim. And I was going to ask my doctor to test my calcium to see, you know, if mine was high, and some of my issues might be that, but it wasn't. I was able to pull up my test results and looked at my calcium, and it was not high. So, boo-hoo. I was like, God, that would be an easy fix for me, and I could get that done and feel better. But I have the same symptoms, but it's not from that. It's from my chronic illnesses that I'm saddled up with. But wouldn't that have been great to get a simple surgery like that? I mean, I don't mean the simple, it is a surgery. And they're removing a gland behind her thyroid. But I would have definitely said, cut it out. You're going to help me be able to do things that I want to do. Cut it out. Okay, so she's cute. I like her. Her hair is supposed to be rainbows, but I just didn't color them all rainbowy. I just gave her different shades of green in it. So that's one of the things I'm doing today, is just cutting out these girls and watching some YouTube while I'm doing it. And look at this. I was listening to Throw Some Mail Away, and this is not addressed to any certain person. It's just addressed to our household. It says Monroe area household and then my address. And so that's who it's from. And so just as I went to throw it in the garbage, I saw that there's $1 in it. So I'm going to open that up and get that $1 out and see if it's real or if it's counterfeit or what. It seems to be a real $1 bill. As far as I can tell, it's a real $1 bill. I don't know, but I know I'm not supposed to fill out any kind of survey. I guess they want me to fill out a survey, but they sent it to the wrong person. I hate that for them. I hate it. I hate they wasted their $1 on me. Diane, this package came and I love it. Thank you so much. Diane sent me this Japanese figurine here, and that is just awesome. Look at that. How cute is that? It is from Japan, and it's an octopus, I guess, and I'm not sure if it's an octopus or not. Maybe. Maybe so. Reminds me of an octopus, even if it isn't, but that is so very cute. And then she sent me this cup, and she did say, sorry, it's black on the inside, because I don't drink out of black cups that's black on the inside, because I can't see what's in there. But it is so cute, and I will use that. I can put pins in it, or crochet hooks, or whatever tall things I might have that could stand up in a cup. I'm not okay. Attention, I'm not okay. I'm trying to be okay. Thank you so much, Diane. That is so funny. So funny. And that would go with my, I do collect dolls from Japan. And so she said that would go with your doll collection from Japan. So, yeah, that's cute. It'd be a great, interesting piece to just throw in some photos. I tell you, I wish I had someone that would come and just help me organize and sort through and get things organized where I could get to them and find them better, so I could set up to make, do doll photos and stuff, because sometimes I know I have something, but it's not where it should be to be able to do photos and stuff I want to do. That, like, this one thing that I enjoy doing is taking some doll photos and putting them on Instagram. But I need my things organized and put away and organized and all so that I can do that. Okay, Judy, I got this pin set that you had sent me from Amazon. It is all kinds of butterflies and bees and such like that pin set. They are, I'm going to see if I can just pull this top bag out. They are beautiful sunflowers, butterflies, and let me see what else was in there. And they will make beautiful pins. So I'll be doing that one day on a video. And now I can put them away with my bead things. There was 2 more bags on the piano that I'm not sure if they were packages sent to me or packages that, I don't know, that I just need to put away. But I can't reach them. They're on the back side of the piano, and my body's just not up to reaching. But I will get them, either Paige or something, to see if she can bring that to the front for me when she comes back. But thank you, Judy. That was so sweet of you to send that. This came from Amazon. If you're looking to do some beaded pins, just look on Amazon. They have all kinds of stuff on there. And I'm just piddling around today and trying to throw some things away that need to be thrown away. You know, there's some bags and stuff like that that's just taking up too much space. Items need to be put away. Like, this is Big Daddy's, I tried to throw this away this morning. I don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was, and I was trying to throw it away. And he's like, don't throw that away. I said, what is it? All this goes inside it. And a big turkey baster type thing. It's what he used to do the Thanksgiving turkey with. I didn't have a clue. Elijah left that little water dispenser here. It's been here for a year. He left it last Christmas. And then he got it out at Thanksgiving for his dog Ginger, because she come and stayed with us. And it's been there ever since. I don't want it. Actually, I'm going to just, when it goes dry, I think I'm just going to throw it in the laundry room. And because I don't want to take that thing apart to wash it. It needs washing right now. Nobody else is going to take it apart and wash it. Big Daddy's not going to take it apart and wash it and clean it. And I don't know, it's just nasty to me. So I'd rather just throw it away. But I'm going to put it in the laundry room. And then when Elijah comes at Christmas, I'm going to say, hey, take this home with you. So, yeah, this is what we got going on. My tube feeding medicine and stuff is probably dry by now and can be put away. I put that, I've been keeping all that in this basket. Remember, I got it at Dollar Tree on one of our trips, and that works very well. And we just put that there to dry. Whew. Wait, there's something there I didn't see. So, I just keeping that right there for now. I need a place to put all my medical stuff together, but I don't know. I need, like, my house reorganized and things put away. I got those for my kids for Thanksgiving, and they didn't even eat them, so they hadn't even been opened. So I'm gonna give those to when Zeke comes down, send those home with him. So if you're watching Zeke, come get your cookies. He watches sometimes. Some of you may remember that last year, probably in November or December of last year. I do believe it was in November, but it was because it was before Thanksgiving. I was going to make Dakota and Carlton some dish towels, and I had picked out this cone of blue cotton that I was going to do, and it was too hard to crochet with that cotton, and I was having a lot of hand trouble at that time, and so I just stopped and did not crochet that. And I had only done about a row, maybe 2 rows. I think this is the end I started on. I had only done 2 rows, yes. And it was just causing so much pain in my hand right here, I just stopped. Anyway, Zeke's mom, Erica, she comes down a lot. You know, she comes down to visit me a lot, and sometimes she does get some yarn out of my yarn room or some cotton out of my cotton stash. And I told her there was a cone of blue cotton over there that she could take that whole cone. It was a pretty big cone. I mean, it was really big. I hadn't even used it. And so she took it, and she found her some other cottons and stuff. And she finished this and brought it back. I did not mean for her to bring that back. I meant for her just to take it, unravel that. I did say, just pull that out and start over whatever you want to make. But she didn't. She finished that, and she brought it back and said, here's that dish towel that you was wanting to make for Carlton. And I was just so surprised. So I had started out, I think I have 3 rows of double crochet. And then she did more rows of double crochet. And I think every other one she did a back loop. And it just made this pretty ripple in it. And so anyway, it made a pretty good size hand towel. It is 24 inches long. And it is right at 16, about 15 inches wide. So that is very nice. And I was so surprised that she came the other night to visit me and hung out for a little while. And I think that was Sunday night. Saturday night. It was Saturday, I believe. And that's what she brought me. I was so surprised. I did not expect that. And so anyway, I'm going to put that in Carlton's Christmas basket. And he now has a crocheted blue. Blue is his favorite color. Blue hand towel that was started by me and finished by Erica. And then gifted by me. So there's that. And then I guess some of the things, I had some things that fell out of my 25-cent stash, y'all, that I did. This was 25 cents. And I think I got 2 of these. Yes, I did. These fell out and they're on the dining table. And I'm trying to clear some space off and put things away slowly but surely. So those were in the 25-cent haul. These hummingbirds, look how beautiful those are. And these were all 25 cents each. I think these were all in a separate bag, and then they just got laid in there and the bag got off of them. I love these cherry blossoms. Those are just so pretty. And then there's this one here. The moths and butterflies. And then look at these butterflies. That is a huge butterfly. These are going to go in like my glue books or journals, things like that. These will be beautiful in there. And so I'm just going to start those books up and show you what I'm going to do. Wait a minute, I think there's some more. Here's this butterfly. This butterfly here. And this butterfly. But look, on the other side, is this. And the other side of this one is that. And it's got flowers to go around it. That is beautiful. I love that. I especially like this, that it's flowers. One half of the butterfly and the other half of the butterfly is that. And so that is beautiful. Here's the little black part here of the butterfly that you would actually put together. Let me see. There was something else up here, but it was Christmas. This was not 25 cents. These were just some Christmas stickers that I got. That was not in the 25-cent basket. And I hope these were all 25 cents because they were in that basket. And as the girl was ringing them up, I said that these are all 25 cents. And she said yes. So I don't know when she got to these that they were 25 cents or not. But oh, here's the others. I did buy some more of those. Thought I had a few of those. I thought I had gotten 3 each of these. And I showed you one of each the other day, I think. 1 or 2 of each, I don't know. In my Dollar Tree 25-cent haul is those parrots and a hummingbird, an eagle, and some lovebirds. And then here we have some flowers, 4 different flowers, and 4 different birds. And that was all. That's all. Let me see, what is that? I'm always getting some kind of mail that's not necessarily mine. So I'm trying to throw all that away because it gets piled up here, and I just don't have room on my desk to pile extra things. Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Just a little extra something that was in my 25-cent haul. And you know, that day I walked in there, I guess I just needed something to brighten my day, because it was the day I went to the hospital. And he said, you know, I did have heart failure. It's progressed. And, you know, I needed to see the cardiologist. I couldn't wait till my next appointment. I needed to see the cardiologist now. So he put in, I did get an appointment for January. And also an appointment to see the pulmonary doctor, because I had pneumonia. And so I was kind of a little bit down that day. Just thinking about that, you know. I have scleroderma. And so it does harden your organs. It's hardened my esophagus. It's hardened my stomach and some of my intestines down there. And so it has hardened a part of my heart. I already knew that. And so they've just been keeping an eye on it. And so he talked with the cardiologist and got my appointment moved up. Because I do see the cardiologist twice a year. And so he got it moved up some so I can get in there and see him. No, it's a her. My cardiologist is a female. And so, yeah. Anyway, so when I went in Dollar Tree that day, we were just running in to get some napkins and spoons and a few little things like that that we needed, some spray cleaners and stuff. And as soon as I walked in the door, boom, 25-cent baskets. And I just looked to see what was in them, and it was all artsy type stuff like that, stickers and things that I can use in my glue books or junk journals and stuff. And I was just like, whoa. So I hit the jackpot that day, and you know, I really needed that. I really needed that to take my mind off of everything the doctor had just told me. So it was good. It was good. I think that cart was sitting there just for me that day. I don't think anybody had looked in that cart at all. because it was all sitting there full as could be. Got a little while before Big Daddy comes home. We'll see what he does when he gets here. I don't know, he's probably had a long day. He overslept this morning, and I had woke up, went to the restroom, and then I turned on the light in the den back there and hollered for him. I didn't want to walk all the way in there. I didn't want to walk the 600 feet in there. It's 600 square feet, that part of the house. And so I just hollered for him to, I told him what time it was. It was a little bit after 6. And he needs to leave here at 7. So he got on up, got his shower, and got out of here. But I know he felt rushed. Now I just have to go back and kind of clean up her hair. The little bits and bobs around her hair that I didn't get. But she cut out pretty well. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. That was pretty good cut. I think I'm getting a little better with the scissors. It's just taking some time to get used to them and just kind of learning to let go of a lot of imperfections, which I don't want it perfect anyway. I don't like perfect, as I said before. But I don't want it to look like a kindergartner did it either. Here's somebody coming down the road with their music thumping. I can hear that thumping music. It is hunting season out here. So we are getting a lot of extra traffic. People coming and seeing what's going on, sightseeing. Now the hunters can't come out on the wildlife reserve until 4 a.m. So at night, starting about 10 o'clock, they will start lining up on the blacktop just before the road turns to gravel. Because when it turns to gravel, you're entering the wildlife refuge. And so they'll line up there about 10 or 11 o'clock at night because they want to be the first in line. And this is at both ends, from the highway end and from the other end where it's blacktop road. They will line up there and sit all night. They sit out there, they play music, they're talking, just, I don't know, because I don't go down there, but it sounds like they're having a good time. And they just sit out there all night long. On Friday night and Saturday nights is the worst, but during the week they have that too. And they will just sit out there all night playing music. It's not super loud music, but I can hear it. And at 4 a.m. they crank up their trucks. Sounds like a redneck parade coming down. And at 4 a.m. they go zooming past the house. There is a road they can turn on right across from the house. And some of them turn on that road, and then some of them go around to the other side of that. And they just getting out there as fast as they can to get set up to go deer hunting right now. And they do the same thing during duck season. It's kind of hilarious, really, because at 4 a.m. it sounds like a redneck parade going down the road. Loud motors. They just don't throw candy. Which our redneck parade, we do have a redneck parade. They don't throw candy. Well, they do. Some of them throw candy, but they also throw toilet paper, empty beer cans, ramen noodle soup, collard greens. Sometimes they just throw rocks. They will. They'll get a handful of like pea gravel rocks and just not throw at you, but kind of just roll out on the ground. So they're rolling towards you, and it'll just be a big pile of rocks. It's so funny. But they throw things like that. I guess they might go to the Dollar Tree and buy pregnancy tests. They'll throw pregnancy tests. Yeah, they just throw everything. It's hilarious. I used to go with my sister. Me and the kids always go with my sister and her kids to the redneck parade. My sister's ex-husband's, which was my niece's daddy's grandma's house, was on that road, and we would just pull in her driveway and get out and watch the redneck parade. It was always hilarious, a lot of fun. Me and my sister always had a good time together. She passed away in 2020, just before COVID hit. She probably might have even had COVID, we don't know, but she couldn't breathe. She called my niece and said, or indicated, I don't know exactly, but she let her know she couldn't breathe, and my niece called the ambulance, and she passed away before she got to the hospital. I think she was gone when the ambulance got there, but they loaded her up and took her to the hospital, and she was gone. She had a lot of same autoimmune stuff that I have. We dealt with a lot of the same stuff, but we took her to her doctor's appointments in Shreveport. Big Daddy would drive her over there to her appointments, and we'd always go to the Mexican restaurant to eat. This is back when I could eat, obviously. We would go to Posadas, a Mexican restaurant in Shreveport. Now, I can get the beans, refried beans at Posadas, and I can get sour cream, guacamole, salsa, well, depending on how it is, and what else can I get there? Cheese dip, yeah. So I can still go there, but I can't get chicken fajitas. That sucks. Not getting the chicken fajitas. Oh, and I can get their garlic butter stuff. Oh gosh, I better hush. It's making me hungry. I think I got about 3 more of my girls to cut out, and I will have them all cut out, and that'll be exciting. I can put them in my box of motifs and things, and I have some others I'm going to draw out and paint and just repeat, because I am wanting to, you know, get a collection up and be able to put things on a page quickly as I make a page. I was wanting to do this little Christmas book, and I still going to try to do it, but I'm just wondering, am I going to get it done? I don't know, but I think this might be my last page. Is it? I don't see any more pages over here, so it might be. I've got some little trees done. I wrote on her dress, joy, faith, peace, and love. She has flowers on hers, and then she has lemons on hers. So they're all kind of, you know, I just tried to, what's the word? Dress them up, you know, make their clothing all different. Give them a little personality. I'm going to try to cut these arms where I can still paint those and they go to her. They do go over here to the pink lemonade girl. Oh, Sassy, please, please don't knock my stuff over. Okay, so I want those arms. I'm going to have to paint them before I cut them out. Don't forget to tell me in the comments below what you're up to today. How was your weekend and how's your week looking? What you got going on? I do not have any doctor's appointments this week. I don't believe. What is today? The 9th? I go on the 16th. I have surgery on the 16th. So, I guess that's next week. Tell you what, I got a little brain fog going on for sure. It's nothing new, but I don't know what to blame it on. Is it age? Is it some of my chronic illness stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I've had brain fog stuff for a good while, but some days it just seems way worse than other days. Anybody else dealing with that? Raise your hand. It's aggravating some days when especially when you're talking and you sound like a blabbering idiot because you can't remember what you're trying to say. That does get frustrating. And if you deal with that, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I just can't get my words out. Like if I think of the word, I can't get it out. And sometimes I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say. And it'll be like on the tip of my tongue and I just can't get it out my mouth. So glad to have these little girls done. Little girls, I don't know. Women, paper dolls. I'm glad to have them done and get my little motif box started. I have a few things I can put in there already, but I need to get this cut down a little bit so I can use my smaller scissors. Now I can use my smallers. If this didn't have some frustrating factors, it would be relaxing, except I do get frustrated with this sometimes when my scissors are not just playing along with me, when they're playing against me. It's not fun, but when it does work out good, it is kind of relaxing, just cutting out and creating. But it's mostly fun drawing them out and painting them. That was the fun part. And, you know, like I said, coloring with colored pencils or markers or watercolor paint, that is very relaxing. If you need something to relax yourself, try that. Just try colored pencils on a piece of paper, drawing some rainbows and coloring them in or something, and see if that's relaxing to you. And if it is, you might want to invest in some coloring books. I'll tell you what, Ollie's, lots of places have coloring books. Walmart, Target, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon. Ollie's has a ton of coloring books, like $2.99 and $3.99. Very nice coloring books. So, a lot of times I'll look and see if they have any new ones, and I'll just pick up a new coloring book for about $2.99 in there. So it works out. Sometimes they're $3.99. It depends on, I guess, the brand or something. But they are nice coloring books. Then I have one more after this and I'll be done. But I think I'm going to go back and do some arms for some of them. And I might have to write next to the arm. I might have to lay the person, like go through and see who needs arms, lay that person out, do the arms, and write a little note in case they get moved around before they dry, because a lot of times things like that happen. And I could put, purple dress, joy, faith, and then I'll know that it goes to this one or something. I'm not going to give all of them arms, but some of them just look like they need an arm. Maybe one arm or two arms. I don't know, but we shall see. Yeah, I don't really have major plans for this week. Just focus on, getting better. Getting better and all that kind of stuff. Got my oxygen on and breathing, focusing on my breathing. Trying to keep cleaned up as I go. So I know those go to her. So I'm going to write that on here. Pink lemonade girl. I know those arms go to her. So that's the way I'm doing it. Let's see what else we can get into today. Okay, I'm going to show you this book that I'm going to be working on. It is my last year's calendar book, 2025 calendar book. Now, it's just a composition book that you get from like Walmart or the Dollar Tree. They're usually about $1. I guess $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. I'm not going to flip through the whole book because I don't want what I wrote read. But there's lots of places, my calendar, let me just say, I've only had one Happy Planner calendar that was like this, that had the month, and then the next page it started the weeks, and you could write out everything you got going on that week. And I do a lot of writing, and keeping up with appointments and YouTube and just things I got going on. So I have to have a lot of writing space. Like just having a calendar like this to write on, like just the regular calendar, just to have that to write on does not work for me. I have to have all that space to write down for each day. Then I need it wrote out for the day. Like I like to have the calendar at a glance, but then I also want I don't know why that, oh, because I got paperclip there, dummy. Then I want it wrote out weekly spaces, like a daily for each week, where I can write down what all I got going on for that day, because there's a lot of stuff I got to keep up with. So regular calendar books don't work for me, because I really got to have all that space to write things. So I found it's best that if I make my own. And so I draw out the monthly calendar, and then the pages after that, I draw out my weekly weeks with each day, so I can write what's going on. Okay, so now I have this book. It's not all the way full, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some acrylic paint on some of these pages and cover up what I wrote. And then I was trying to see a place. Like for this page, for instance, I have a lot of stuff just jotted down here. It's chicken scratch. I'm going to throw some acrylic paint over that. Not the whole page. It's not going to be precise the whole page. It's just going to be some paint splashed on it. And then I'm going to come back, and this is my junk journal. This is definitely a junk journal. And so I have these little cards that my things came in the other day. You can see it's a lady's body, and the head is a bouquet of flowers. So I'm going to put that in there. Now, the background might be blue or something like that. So I'll put that in there. And then I have some things that I've cut out and just have like Junior Mint package. Elijah and Chastity had some candy stuff. They went to Dollar Tree and got candy and stuff. And I pulled their packages out of the garbage can. Yes, I did. And here's something called Cosmic Rings. Cosmic Gummy Rings. And so it's just something to glue in a book and make a junk journal. And then I'll look back at that and say, oh, that was Elijah and Chastity's. I pulled that out of the garbage can. And I do have 6 of these girls, so I might use them in different books and situations and stuff. Also, you can just put stickers. You can make it a sticker book, or you can make it, there goes 2 squirrels out there playing, chasing each other outside. That was really a squirrel moment. Some people holler squirrel, but there's no squirrel. That really was a squirrel. You know, like stickers like this could just go in it. Any kind of stickers. Are also this card from Lori. No, Diane. There was something from Lori. Wait a minute, let me see. This is from Lori. This right here. I'll put Lori's card in here. Also, I'm going to be going through cards that I receive, and I can put them in there, and they can be a flip, or I can glue them shut. It just depends. But I'll definitely be gluing cards in here and things like that. This is from Diane. And so, yeah, lots of things can be put in these books, such as that. And it'll just be fun to Sometimes I might just doodle. Sometimes I might even write little messages to myself or something, but the back pages are mostly blank. I do have some stickers in there every now and then. And I could keep going with this book, but I decided that I'm going to start a new one and just use this as my junk journal. So I didn't want to lose the book. I like the stickers that I have in it and on it, you know, and so I'm just going to go with that. And that's what I'm doing. I'll be starting this junk journal. And then I'm also going to have I was going to do a Christmas art journal. And it's still iffy. I want to try to do it, but if I don't want to be disappointed that I didn't do it. But just, you know, my life changed drastically Thanksgiving Day. And just trying to catch up with life, like, the days are going by and I'm standing still and I'm kind of just dog paddling trying to keep up, and it's hard to keep up. It really is. So I had so many plans for December and they're not happening. I feel weak, and so I'm just very, very slow and just almost not non-existent, but non-going or productive. I'm amazed that I got these done. I really am. I'm amazed that I was able to get those done by the way I feel. And I just kind of feel out of it. I feel like I'm just kind of floating around. And I do feel lightheaded, but not like the room is spinning. I feel like it's me spinning and just floating. And I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes you can feel lightheaded and you feel like the room is spinning. I don't feel that. I feel like I'm just kind of floating around. Does anybody else ever have that feeling? And what do you think? What's going on when you're just floating around? I kind of feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience all the time, because I do just feel like I'm floating around and the world's just passing me by. But I don't like that feeling. I don't like not being able to do what I want to do. You would think I'd get used to that, but I don't. My mind still works good, other than the brain fog. And I still know there's things I want to do. I still want to have fun. And I just straightened her curly hair. I think she always wanted straight hair secretly. And I just did it for her. But anyway. And I need to name my oxygen tank. When I'm dragging that thing around, I called it Oxy the other day, and I was like, oh, that don't sound good. I said, come on, Oxy. We gotta go. But that didn't sound good at all, because Oxy, yeah. So I need a name for my oxygen tank that's on the roller thing, that I can roll it around with me. Some people have mentioned that I need to get some kind of portable. I think they're saying that, from what I read, I hadn't looked this up or nothing, but I think they're saying the oxygen thing I have in there by my chair that plugs in the wall, they're saying they're saying that there's a smaller one of those, possibly, that's not like the heavy oxygen tanks. Is that correct? I'm not sure what at all, but I do have the oxygen tank on the little carry thing, the little rolling thing. But, you know, I don't go out that much. If I was going somewhere every day, I would definitely think I would need that other one, but since I don't go out that much, do I need that? I don't think that's included in my insurance, obviously, because they didn't offer it. Whatever insurance I have, I still hadn't found that out. That guy did not call me again today. Oh, so aggravating. I'm going to have to find a way to get up there. That's what I'm going to have to do. And that is aggravating. Well, I have all those cut out. We'll look back through them. I have Lemonade Girl. I do want to give her arms. This one, I almost call that one a he sometimes. I don't know. This one I think is great without arms. She just don't have to have arms. I'm happy with that one the way it is. I love this one. I'm happy with the way she is. And that one, I'm happy with the way that is. If it was just cut a little better, but it's fine. This one's good. And that one's good. It could have arms, but I guess it kind of depends on how they go in a book and what's on the page with them, that if they need arms or not. Here's this one. This one, the little giraffe girl holding a duck. This one I feel like needs one arm. I think I need to attach an arm right here. So I want to give that one an arm. Wait, I need to keep that first one out. The arm goes to her. This one I'm good with no arms. That one I don't think needs arms. This one has arms. This one is fine. That one could use some arms. This one is fine without arms. It kind of looks a little like a cape. Maybe the arms are on the inside. This one could use arms, but maybe not too. It might depend on what happens when it's going inside the book. So I might cut these out next while I'm sitting here tonight. Anyway, guys, this video's gotten pretty long. I just want to throw some clips together and show you what I do throughout the day. I've tried to clean off the piano some because while I was in the hospital, lots of things got piled up there. Lots of things got piled on the dining table. And it's a bit overwhelming trying to clean that off and put it away. There's still a lot of things on the dining table. There's some Happy Meal that I need to share with you guys. And yeah, that's a lot to deal with. You know, just the piling up. Big Daddy piled stuff up. Paige has moved stuff. Big Daddy's moved stuff. Zeke's probably moved stuff. So I don't even know where everything is. But I do want to show it on camera before I put it away. So I'm being mindful of that when I do come across something. But guys, I hope you have a great day. The rest of your day is wonderful. I hope the beginning of your day has been wonderful too. And a great day to a great week. And I will see you all in the next video, friends. Remember, it's a beautiful day to enjoy a nice hobby that brings you happiness.